Hi, boxing fans. It's Big Boxing here, Mickey Joe, the man in the know. I'd just like to share with you, um, just tell you about an article I wrote for online magazine. And what happened was I was on Twitter and I was seeing a lot of negative comments about how good boxing used to be, how good the heavyweight boxing used to be, and now it's rubbish basically, and it just bemused me altogether. I mean, there was a long break at Klitschko, and it wasn't his fault. He was just it was too good for everyone. Uh, what could he do? And his brother was better than him, but he carried on fighting, and he beat everyone they put in front of him. And I mean, there weren't no one he didn't really fight. And Pulev come along and supposed to be the danger man for him, and he pulled out the best performance he's had in years and blew him away. Absolutely blew him away. So Klitschko, we still had him in the mix not too long ago, until a few years back. But yeah. So what I've done in this article, I compared it to compared this generation of boxers to the generation I grew up watching, late 80s all through the 90s, and my first comparison I think was I compared AJ to Lennox Lewis. Um, in size and reach wise, yeah, very similar. I think Lewis had a bit more talent than AJ, but AJ still learning. I mean, his last performance, I could do a whole different video about that, but it wasn't brilliant. I know he's lost the belt, so it's unfortunate for heavyweight boxing. But I just made a comparison. They both got a long jab, and similar sort of fighters, both world champions. Yeah. Next we had Dillian White, and I compared him to the nation's darling Frank Bruno. Uh, Dillian White himself's got a cult following, very popular fighter. His videos are just brilliant. His interviews with Coog and Cassius are really funny. And yeah, I just compared them. I mean, Bruno, I mean, I'd never forget the night when he finally won the belt. And just so happy for him, you know. The whole country was just so happy for that man. Brilliant man. And I think White's more than capable of getting a belt himself, following Bruno's footsteps. Who we got next? Well, from overseas, we got the man knocking everyone out. We compared him to the man who used to knock everyone out. So that's Wilder and Tyson. Wilder's got a better knockout percentage, but I think Tyson's more ferocious. I mean, but they both had the knockouts, a very aggressive style. Tyson was better boxer, better boxing skills. Didn't have to use them though in his first 15 fights or whatever, because he just blew everyone away. And I still get shivers down my spine watching them fights. His first few fights are incredible. But like Wilder, when he got to the very top, he just fell a bit short, you know. Just fell a bit short. And then we've got Fury. Well, I can't compare him to anyone. Maybe Lewis was a better fit than AJ, but I think Fury surpassed Lewis. His range of skills is different. I mean, he can box, he can fight, he can do it all. He can get off the mat and get a victory or a draw where he got last time. So I think that's the only one that stood out. I couldn't really compare him to anyone because there's no one quite like him, and we're very lucky. And I couldn't understand why these people tweet and say these generations are nothing compared to the old generation of boxers. When why does one have to be good and why does one have to be rubbish all the time? Why can't they both be good? Why does everyone have to support AJ or support Fury when they could support them both and choose when they fight each other who you fancy? It's crazy the back and forth you get between Fury and AJ fans on Twitter and online. It's just unbelievable hatred when we got fighters all from Britain and was arguing with each other. It's just crazy. I mean, it has, because of because what happened with Wilder. I thought it was a bit of a cheek, really, trying to pull out a fight clause, and I mean, he did give Fury a rematch after the draw the first time, but Fury should have got it on points, and the public demanded the rematch. The third fight, no one wanted it. We wanted AJ v Fury, and now look what's happened. AJ slipped up against Usyk. Not a great performance from AJ, but you can put that all down to Usyk. What a brilliant performance. He's so good. It's hard to see. He's so good at everything that he makes it look easy. He just makes it look easy. I mean, like, if you ever see a great footballer, they make the game look easy. You see a great snooker player, Ronnie O'Sullivan, makes the game look easy. You see a boxer like Usyk, and he just made fighting the two-time heavyweight champion, unified heavyweight champion, made him look like a novice, to be honest. I mean, that's a bit harsh. AJ done well with the game plan that he chose. It's a bad game plan. I don't know if he was supposed to slim down and try to match Usyk and be a bit evasive. I don't know why. I just don't get it. I would have went the other way. I would have bulked up. I know it's easier said than done, but I would have bulked up. I would have leaned on him. Exactly what White would do. White would rough him up, lean on him, make him uncomfortable. I mean, Chisora, in his fight against him, I think that was a bit of a red herring because Usyk held back there. He's very clever. He just took the foot off. He fought him in second gear and looked uncomfortable at times, but he knew that he could shift it up a gear into third, fourth, fifth, boom, if he had to. But he never. So I think that made it so he didn't give anything away to AJ. I mean, he might have been unfortunate, and AJ might have vacated or something if he fought the fight that he fought against AJ against Chisora. Maybe he would have chose to rough him up and lean on him, and that if he watched that. But with spoiled for choice, hopefully AJ can pull it out of the bag. If he can pull it out of the bag, then Wilder doesn't get a lucky punch against Fury, and Fury comes through it, and we can have that fight we all want. Fury AJ, and then we still got White, and got some good up and coming heavyweight fighters as well, and it's exciting. It's exciting. Joe Joyce is waiting there for his chance as well. You know, you could compare him to who could you compare him to? Oh, I don't know. Buster Douglas, maybe? Was that a bit unfair? I'll have to have a think about it. We've got the Big Joe waiting in the wings as well. I mean, he's no easy task for anyone bar Fury. He's already fought Usyk and made a good job of it, but it wasn't quite good enough, but he's come a long way from there. Dubois, I know he suffered a defeat, but he done the right thing. He lived to fight another day, and he learned from that, you know. He learned from that fight. So it's just brilliant. It's a shame we couldn't get other weight categories to follow suit. I know Canada's pretty much wrapped up every weight up to middleweight. I mean, Billy Joe was our best chance of beating Canelo. Unfortunately, he was doing well, he was in the fight. Unfortunately, he kept dipping to the same direction every time he got caught out. But it is what it is. So everyone on Twitter who keeps moaning about modern boxing, relax, sit back and enjoy it, because when you're older, you'll be going looking back saying, oh, it was better in the good old days than this modern rubbish. And you might be right, because you ain't going to see another fight like Tyson Fury again. You're not going to have this mix of fighters again for a long time. Trust me, we've got a few good up and coming fighters, but you just never know. So just enjoy it while you can. It's really exciting. I love boxing, and hopefully you all enjoy my videos. It's only my opinion, and good luck.